2009 and started by none other than Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, sir. This is the 14th edition. Yep. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's name cannot go without a series of claps. I was just waiting for that. Thank you so much. He is one genius, among the geniuses of India, who dreamt and pulsated for the student community. I'm sure many of you may not have been a part of Dr. Abdul Kalam's function anytime, but as school students, if you have participated in Dr. Kalam's presence, you would know his dynamism, and just out of the way, he would straight away come there and start talking to children and students if you were a child then. So, such kind of a visualization by none other than Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, FKCCI has been very diligent and very professional to take it forward. And here is MANTHAN-2022. Through this program, Manthan reaches out to all college students, undergraduate, graduate, postgraduate, from institutions all over Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana. Don't ask me where are these people from these states. They have joined us virtual. Our guesstimate is 5,000 plus on the virtual mode. So you have lots of friends over there. Student teams are trained, their proposals are evaluated, the best innovative, technically feasible, commercially viable, and implementable business plans are rewarded by a cash prize. You know how much the cash prize is. It's too huge to miss. Manthan is a platform for creating network between students, corporates, and industrial sector. All are here. It will provide an opportunity for students to manifest their innovative ideas and to interact with businessmen. FKCCI also conducts knowledge workshops and provides one-to-one mentoring to enhance the quality of business plan so as to pitch it before the investors and financial institutions. FKCCI also encourages industrialists to link up with students' business plans to move it up to commercial scale of operations. FKCCI is organizing this Manthan in line with National Education Policy, NEP. Most of us would have read about this National Education Policy, which probably was overdue by more than 3 decades. Now that it has come, we talked about foreign universities, which provided so much of flexibility. We talked about combining 2 alien streams of learning. And we said, wow, what an opportunity. But right now, right here, this NEP provides for all that. When you are set in motion into a program, you can take a small, designated small break and get into another area of learning, come back to your mainstream, what you chose. This is something which we were dreaming all along as available in many foreign universities. Straight away US, why beat around the bush? That is available right here. We have dignitaries joining us. Good evening, sir. Let's welcome Dr. E.V. Ramana Reddy, Additional Chief Secretary, Department of Commerce and Industries, Department of Electronics, Information Technology, Biotechnology, and Science and Technology, Government of Karnataka. Let's have Shri Prashant Prakash, Chairman, Vision Group of Startups, Government of Karnataka, Advisor and Mentor, Manthan 2022. We have Dr. C.A.I.S. Prasad on dais. May I invite Shri B.V. Gopal Reddy, sir, Senior Vice President, Mr. Ramesh Chandra Lahoti, Vice President, Dr. Perikal M. Sundar, Immediate Past President, Mr. B.A. Abhishek, Chairman Manthan, and Mr. Lokraj, Secretary General in charge. May we have Mr. Lokraj also. Mr. Lokraj? Okay, he'll join us. Fine, that's right, really fine. Is the console ready with Nadagite? Are you ready? May all of us get up for Nadagite, please. Navellu ready, Nadagite. Nadagite, please.
जय भारत जननीय तनु जाते जय हे कर्नाटक माते जय सुंदर नदी वनಗಳ ನಾಡಿ जय हे रस ಋಷಿಗಳ ಬೀಡೆ ಭೂದೇವಿಯ ಮಕುಟದ ನವಮಣಿಯೇ ಗಂಧದ ಚಂದದ ಹೊನ್ನಿನ ಗಣಿಯೇ
ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕು. ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ CIS ಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕರೆಯುವ ಮುನ್ನ ಅವರನ್ನು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ಪರಿಚಯಿಸುವ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಅವರ ಮನಸ್ಸು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ಸದಾಕಾಲ ತೆರೆದಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಮಿಡಿತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದೆರಡು ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳು. ಕಳೆದ 11 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 9 ಕೋಟಿಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮೊತ್ತದ ದಾನಿಗಳಿಂದ ಸಂಗ್ರಹಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ಹಣವನ್ನು 11,000ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಈವರೆಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಫ್ರಮ್ ಡೋನರ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಡೋನರ್ಸ್. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದವರು ನೀವು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿದ್ದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಅದನ್ನು ಆನಂದಿಸಿರ್ತೀರಿ. He stands with students, and this Manthan expansion into the southern India zone is also one of the manifestation of his love for students. He has been with FKCCI since 1994 as patron member, actively involved since 2000, then as managing committee member since 2007, and as chairman of various committees, has organized various workshops. Right now, he is chairman. He has had several occasions to meet the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. That's where his inspiration comes from most of the times. Banni Prasad Parvagila. He has organized collection of more than 7,000 bottles of blood. Not at all a small feature by any standards. Let us give him this applause. He has received Distinguished Leadership Award from Lions International, and he has been awarded honorary doctorate from Tumkur University. That's how we call him Dr. CAIS Prasad. So welcome all of us. Dani Prasad.
A very good evening. Ellargu namaskara. Respected Sri Dr. E.V. Ramana Reddy, the IAS Additional Chief Secretary, Department of Industries and Commerce, ITBT, State Government, Karnataka State Government, Sri Prashant Prakash, the Chairman of Vision Group for Startups, Government of Karnataka and Advisor Manthan, Dr. Sheelam Mishra, the Head Udan, New Horizon Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship, a new initiative of New Horizon College of Engineering, Dr. A.P. Acharya, Chief Executive Officer, Atal Incubation Center, Nitte Incubation, Chairman of Manthan Committee, Sri B. Abhishek, my colleagues, Sri B.V. Gopala Reddy, the Senior Vice President, Sri Ramesh Chandral Hoti, the Vice President, Dr. Perikal M. Sundar, the immediate past President, the past Presidents, the MC members, and my brother, the Chairman of New Horizon Group of Institution, Dr. Mohan Manganani, Sri Ramesh Raju, the Chairman of Children Education Society, Sri Bozaraj, Secretary of Legu Udyog Bharat, Dr. Bhanumurthy, the Vice Chancellor of Ambedkar Institute of Economics, Sri Krishna Woody, the Secretary of Seshapuram Education Institutions, officials from State Bank of India, the Canara Bank, Sri Rajendra Prasad, Vice Chancellor, and all the mentors of all the institutions, the principals of various institutions, Team Manthan, sponsors of Manthan 14th edition business plan, my dear and near to my heart, my dear students who are participating in this business competition of Manthan 2022, the print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, I deem it a great honor and privilege to be the president of FKCCI and fortunate to conduct the 14th edition of Manthan Business Plan competition in new dimension and new initiative of inviting young minds from the aspirational youth across South India, pursuing higher education in engineering, B schools, graduate, diploma to present their ideas. We at FKCCI provides the platform to unleash the potential of the young and youth to become successful entrepreneurs and also to achieve success in the career by venturing to business. I've been informed our Honorable Minister for Education will join soon and will launch and everything little later. And we have other guests here. And I'm happy to share that the first edition of Manthan Business Plan, inaugurated by former President of India, Sri Abdul Kalam ji, where he has quoted and he admires the students who provide jobs by becoming entrepreneurs and not the students seeking job. I recognize the initiative of Dr. D. Muralidhar, the past president, and Mrs. Raj Basin, the first chairperson of Manthan 2008. FKCCI is founded by Sir M. Visweswar, the Bharat Ratna Awardee, in the year 1916. He has a vision for the nation industrialist parish, wish to place on record the untiring efforts put in by the illustrious past presidents and the managing committee members during the last century. Post-COVID pandemic, we all face the challenges in life, the survival of life versus the survival itself. Thanks to Honorable Prime Minister of India, who has allowed to manufacture the vaccination from India, and today we are being safeguarded by vaccinate more than 100 crores for the citizens. This initiative of Prime Minister of India in the post-COVID has really brought the hopes, and again, they brought the glory that we at India, we can always look forward, take it forward. We also learned the way of living, the way of doing business, and also way of learning. And most important, we never realize the Internet of Things will change the world. Now, our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi, vision to achieve 5 trillion economy by 2025, and implementing the new digital economy, the new digital world, inclusiveness, opportunity for everyone. So many initiatives, Make in India, the Startup Capital, the Skilled India, the Stand Up India, the Young India, and we are celebrating the 75th year of independence, Azad Ki Amrit Mahotsav, wherein let us make the new India for the next generation. Our Honorable Prime Minister of India quotes, innovation is life. If there is no innovation, life is stagnant. I'm very happy to inform that this Manthan 14th edition business plan competition aims at new dimension, wherein the 450 teams are already been registered from various institutions as on the date, and expect another 150 times by February 28. We begin the journey in 2009 with just 10 participation and from the institution and 20 teams. Today, very delighted to say, with the support of all the Vice Chancellors, all the Kumar Naik, the Principal Secretary, the Vice Chancellor of Bangalore University, and other department, and my Manthan team has made to realize to outreach program by conducting, and today we are very happy that we are crossed almost like 450 teams representing 1,500 students across South India. My contemplation of this entire Manthan 2014, I thought when the Prime Minister has to achieve 5 trillion economy, and the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka wants to achieve 1 trillion economy, you all know that Karnataka is known for IT capital, the startup capital, and again, knowledge hub. And the team, after the submission of synopsis, after evaluation process, I thought the best of successful professionals, the bankers, the unicorns, the mentors will guide and extend all their support to the teams to achieve their success in the business plan competition. And also the first time, I can always say that the FKCCI from 14th edition, the first time where the support of two major institutions, when I thought that we want to have business plan competition, we want to make them understand and successful entrepreneurs, two important institutions, Wudan of New Engineering College of Engineering has come, I think, thanks to Dr. Mohan Magnani for immediate agreeing for providing up to 10 crores seed money, for the eligible startups, and followed by my good friend C.A. Ullas Kamath brought Dr. Acharya, the Atal Incubation Center, is here CEO. They have come out with providing seed money up to 2 crores for the top 10 ideas. The FKCCI as the founder, 100 years presidents has laid on the foundation, and each of the president will have an opportunity how the journey of the past presidents, how the vision of FKCCI, because I want to inform all the students and members present here, this is the place where all the policy makers used to come. This is the place where the decisions used to take place, and this is the place where they used to make the budget and see that the trade industry being benefited. Today, I think probably after 2000, we have to move on. We have to understand the change. We have to think that what the next generation can do better and what all the opportunities have been provided. I'm here, would like to say thanks to Prashant Prakash when I've been requested him, because all of you know that Prashant Prakash is the chairman of Startup Capital of Government of Karnataka, and his own is also founding partner, Axel India. He's really agreed to become the advisor for Manthan 14th edition. Last year, the valuation of startup capital, I think, will be disclosing 1 billion. Now, I think last occasion when I had a meeting in the award function, Prashant sir has talked about $50 billion. I'm sure all these 1,500 participation, the mentors present here, we can think and probably factor differently, think differently, act differently, take the opportunity of all these, the intellectuals who can make the difference in the life of every student across all the districts, including the rural students in the state of Karnataka, and again in the state of all the southern states. As president of most prestigious organization, as professional and involved in various institutions, I had a vision of this Manthan 14th to redefine, take it in a different sphere, make the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister of India to create a new India for the new generation. We at FKCCI always has to support, provide platform to make all the students to perform. If this has to happen, I'm fortunate to have among us Sri Prashant Prakash, the chairman of Vision Group Startup. I extend the warm welcome on behalf of FKCCI. Welcome to you, sir. I would like to talk about Dr. E.V. Ramana Reddy for 2-3 minutes, where the Ramana Reddy sir is the present Additional Chief Secretary of ITBT, Commerce and Industry Department, Government of Karnataka, where I have been associated with sir, had an opportunity in the year 2000 to be an advisor for IT.in, IT.com, and Ramana Reddy sir was the director ITBT with the team under the then Chief Minister and the current Chief Minister, had seen that how the IT-enabled services have been achieved, almost the highest, contributing the first in the entire country. With the rich experience of sir, I've been only requesting sir to see that the entire 1,500 students or 2,000 students been participating in the team with the support of our Prashant and all the UDAN and Atal Incubation and many other institutions been here. I want you to please guide and make sure that each one of them achieve success and each one of them can contribute for the state economy and they can become the successful unicorns in the coming year. I, on behalf of FKCCI and on my behalf, I extend warm welcome to you, sir. Every minute thinking how to make difference in life of youth, how to empower all the students at district level, how to provide equal platform for every student to unleash their potential, how to make icons across state. All this going to happen with the support came from Dr. Mohan Mangnani sir, the chairman of New Horizon Group of Institution, through UDAN, and again through Atal Incubation Center, Dr. Acharya, and our Oxford institutions, Sheshadipuram, Woody, and many have been joined in the movement when I've been requested, when I presented the plan, they say that they've been eager to support because if they contribute and invest in the students program, And if they come forward to unleash the potential of students, I think their role and their vision going to be mission, and many students can emerge successful. I would like to extend warm welcome to all my Dr. Mohan Magnani sir, Oxford Ramesh Raju, Woody sir, Dr. Bani Murthy, the Vice Chancellor of Institute of Economics, and two speakers, Dr. Acharya, Sheila Odan, Manjunath, Principal of Engineering Colleges, and all the past patients here, and students of various institutions. Before I forget, the vision is not going to accomplish unless we have a team for implementation. I have a dedicated team of youngsters, Sri B. Abhishek as chairman, Mr. Ankur Basin, Mr. Pranam, Mr. Kirtana, Mr. Rahul Goyal, and Shravan Gadutur, and team of Manthan, who has to have a lot of challenges. At first phase, we've been successful. Going forward, the next 4 months journey, it is each one of you can make the difference with the support of all. And also we got the support of Secretary Umesh Madiwala and the entire team, and extend warm welcome to all the team, and special welcome to Mr. Abhishek B., chairman of this committee. Warm and special welcome to all my media, both print and electronic, who always support the initiative of FKCCI, and request you all to promote this program, thereby every student across 5 states can take benefit. Before I conclude, I wish to mention those who have inspiration, the innovation, the aspiration, and have necessary skills to execute will have abundant opportunities. My dear students, when the Indian economy is almost 3 trillion economy, when Honorable Prime Minister of India wants to make in India vocal for local, and also provide the digital technology, digital platform, and achieve 5 trillion economy, it's the responsibility of each and every student of this forum, and also the students who've been listening through the YouTube, and the entire India to stand up and see that the vision of Honorable Prime Minister of India is going to achieve. It can be achieved only you have a dream, you have a desire, and you have a goal to reach. And we at FKCCI, with the support of all the institutions, the government of Karnataka, government of ITBT, and all the intellectuals, and all the past patients and MC members, will make sure that we make difference in our life. We make difference in your life to take care of your parents. We make the difference in your life to take care of the entire state. And again, be a partner in nation development, be a game changer, and again, be proud to be Indian in Incredible India. And we are celebrating 75th year of independence, and I'm very happy the cash prize of 1 million will take it higher with the support of all the well-wishers here. And the seed money, I'm sure that it's not going to remain at 12 crores. The opportunity is knocking at our door. Make use of, I'm sure that these 3 years in the COVID, you've all undergone a lot of challenges, a lot of pain, but we are going to fill. Before I conclude, I have one more vision of Sir, Ramanreddy sir and Prashant, that want to conduct Youth Entrepreneur Summit. Our chairman, Dr. Mohan Magnani, is there, co-chairman Ramesh Raju here. We have a big plan of having 1 lakh youth, aspirational youth, pursuing higher education in engineering college and the business school in the state of Karnataka, to draw the inspiration from the unicorns, to draw the inspiration from the Honorable Prime Minister of India, and again to draw the inspiration from every successful. So this will happen only if Prashant and Ramanreddy sir and the Honorable Minister for Education is agreed. If all the past patients collect, let it make the new India. Yeah. I'm told 4,000 students been witnessing here. I would like to repeat again, the opportunities knocking at our door, the Honorable Prime Minister of India vision to achieve 5 trillion economy, all the stalwarts, my well-wishers present here, and well-wishers been going to support, all the best of institutions been here, the Vice Chancellor been here. It is the responsibility of each one of you to make the dream to come to reality. It's in your hands. If 4,000 members, I'll be very happy. I can be very happy at the age of 63 years. If 5 or 6 unicorns, next time it comes, I think this platform will be provided. and Prashant says that the valuation is $100 billion. What more we can create from FKCCI? Thanks to all the past presidents given this opportunity. Thanks to all the MC members who have been reposed confidence. And the bankers, SBI is there, Canara Bank. There's going to be like more validation, each one of you at every round. I'm sure that this is the first curtain raiser program. I extend warm welcome to you. I think once the minister starts, we'll continue the other thing. We'll have the launching video and again poster release after the, I think anytime Honorable Minister been expected. And one thing, we are all been fortunate to have the citizens of Karnataka and citizens of India under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister of India. With these words, I extend warm welcome to each one of you. I would have taken a little more time because this is the vision and dream and desire last 3 years, what I can make when I become the president. I think I'm making it with the support of my young team, very dedicated team, my young chairman, B. Abhishek. Thank you. Jai Hind, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad, and a very warm welcome to you also, Dr. Prasad. I request President to offer bouquet to Dr. E.V. Ramana Reddy, sir. Request Honorable President, Mr. President, to present bouquet to Mr. Prashant Prakash. Nice, sir. Thank you. May I request the Manthan core team to present bouquet to Dr. Sheelan Mishra, Head New Horizon Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship, New Horizon College, Dr. Sheelan Mishra. To Dr. A.B. Achar, CEO, AIC, Incubation Center. Welcome, sir. May I request Dr. Mohan Mangnani, Chairman, New Horizon Educational Institutions, to come on dais, please? Yeah, also come on dais. Please, sir. Please come, sir. Please come. Yeah, welcome, sir. Welcome, and dais to present bouquet to him here. Welcome, sir. That's an excellent round of applause. So sweet of you, my students. May I request Dr. Rajendra Prasad, sir? Okay. Mr. Ramesh Raju from Oxford University, please come, sir. Please accept your bouquet on dais. Please, sir. I request Dr. N.R. Bhanumurthy, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Economics. Please, sir. Please accept your bouquet and dais. May we have the pleasure of Mr. P. Uday Krishna on dais for the bouquet, please? Thank you very much. Request you to be kindly seated.
Before we go to proceed other thing, I want to just have been forgotten. After this program, after this business plan competition, would like to set up an incubation center with the support of all the institutions that will be dedicated for our founder, Sir M. Visvesvaraya, to commemorate 75th year of independence. Azad Ki Amrit. Thank you, sir.
May I request Chairman MANTHAN-2022, Mr. B.A. Abhishek, to help us understand. Yeah, we will have a small rejig of these events. We are waiting for Honorable Minister to join us. We will have the pleasure of having his presence.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Guest of Honor Dr. E.V. Ramana Reddy, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Department of Commerce and Industry, Department of Electronics, Information Technology, Biotechnology, Science and Technology, Government of Karnataka. A keynote speaker, Shri Prashant Prakash, Chairman, Vision Group of Startups, Government of Karnataka, and the advisor and mentor for MANTHAN-2022. Office bearers, Shri C.A. I.S. Prasad, President, FKCCI, Senior Vice President Gopal Reddy, Vice President Shri Ramesh Lahoti, Immediate Past President Shri Perikal Sundar, dignitaries of the dais, respected past presidents of FKCCI, MC members and members of FKCCI, the entire team of MANTHAN 2022, the sponsors and partners of MANTHAN, VCs, principals, HODs, deans, professors, all the other teaching and non-teaching staff from the various institutions and universities, press, electronic media, and most importantly, to all the students, a very good evening and a warm welcome to the curtain raiser of MANTHAN 2022. I would like to thank you all for taking your time and coming here at Sir MV Auditorium at FKCCI. We are honored to have you with us today to encourage the young and budding entrepreneurs. MANTHAN, an annual business plan competition, was started in 2019, one of the flagship events of FKCCI. Today, we are now in the 14th edition. After 13 successful years, we are now in our 14th edition. MANTHAN is aimed at encouraging young minds to develop an entrepreneurship spirit at a really young age. And the main motto of MANTHAN is to promote students to consider taking up their own startups, starting their own startups, and being job creators rather than job seekers. For the first time, under the dynamic and visionary leadership of our President, Dr. C.A. I.S. Prasad, MANTHAN will be conducted across all 5 South Indian states. I think that requires an applause. All these years, MANTHAN was conducted only for institutions and universities across Karnataka, and C.A.I.S. Prasad sir said, why don't we go the next level? And today, we are inviting business plans from students from all over South India, from Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh. At MANTHAN this year, as our president already said, the students can win cash prizes up to 1 million, and it is only increasing by the day. What differentiates MANTHAN from any other business plan competition is that along with the cash prizes, the students and the participants stand to learn a lot. MANTHAN provides a comprehensive learning platform, networking platform, as well as the most important, which is the mentoring platform. That is what sets MANTHAN apart from any other business plan competition. All the participants who have registered are entitled to complimentary knowledge workshops, training programs, one-on-one mentoring and coaching. They also stand to have networking opportunities with industry leaders, venture capitalists, incubators, accelerators, and last but not the least, as our president has already mentioned, the shortlisted business plan stand to get incubation and seed funding support up to 12 crores as on date. I would like to spend the next few minutes on explaining the process flow of Manthan. By seeing the overwhelming response, as President already mentioned, and because of the third wave of Omicron, we had to extend our due dates for registration. The last date of registration has been extended to the 28th of February 2022. So I request all the students who have not yet registered to go online on our website, which is manthan.fkcci.org, and register yourself and your business plan by the end of this month. The registered participants are requested to submit their high-level synopsis of the business plan or idea by the 15th of March. So after the due date of registration, the students are provided an additional 2 weeks by when they need to submit their high-level synopsis. After they submit the synopsis, in the month of March, all the participants will be entitled to a series of online knowledge workshops and training programs, all of which are going to be held virtually to accommodate students from all nooks and corners of South India. Since we are taking it to the next level to invite students, participation of students from all over South India, the knowledge workshops and training will be virtual. The workshops are actually split into 3 different workshops. The first workshop will be a macro level or a high-level workshop which will talk about entrepreneurship, ideation, the evolving ecosystem, how to evaluate your business idea, how to convert your idea into a business plan, and a lot of high-level topics. We would also have past Manthan participants and winners share their experience and success stories which would motivate the new participants. The second workshop would be a little more in depth and little more in detail, and will be elaborate and will talk about the different components of what goes into a business plan, the marketing plan, the operational plan, and the financial plans. The third workshop will be focused on you as an entrepreneur. So it would be talking about what are the qualities of an entrepreneur, the entrepreneur qualities, what mindset and attitudes is required for an entrepreneur to succeed. And one of the main topics in your last workshop is the role of mentorship. Mentorship is very, very key for an entrepreneur to succeed. And with Manthan, we have 2 kinds of mentorship. One is the mentorship during the program Manthan, and one is a long-term mentorship which will last for years with you. These workshops will definitely bring in a very positive change in each one of the participants, irrespective of whether you or your team win or lose. With the knowledge workshops, will definitely positively bring change to each one of you. Post the trainings and workshops, the students with the learnings from the workshops will be given about 2 weeks' time where with whatever they've learned, they will be given time to submit their business plan. So they've been now taught on how to convert their idea into a business plan. And they've been given all the information, hand-holding. So now in these 2 weeks, the registered participants have to submit their business plan, which is also an online procedure. So once they submit the online procedure, we'll start the jury rounds. The last date of submission of the business plans will be the 15th of April 2022. The first round of elimination starts from the 15th for about 2 weeks and ends on the 30th of April, where the jury, we have a team of jury and mentors who would be checking each one of these business plans which are submitted by the participants. The jury checks for plagiarism, anything which is just a college report and not a business plan. So very important. So your college report or a college project plan is not a business plan. Very, very clear, students. A college report, a project report is not a business plan. The main criteria here is that the idea should be unique and it should not be a repeat or a copy. We are looking for novel ideas or ideas which solve real-world problems. Once the first round of elimination is done, in the month of May, the shortlisted teams will be presenting their business plans virtually. So it'll be a live session where the shortlisted teams will be presenting their business plans to the jury, who would also be online, evaluating the live presentations online. Based on the actual virtual presentations, the jury will evaluate, and will culminate the second round of elimination. After the second round of elimination, the shortlisted top 30 odd teams will be mentored. This is the very key difference of Manthan and any other business plan competition. Here, the top 30 odd teams will be mentored by a team of mentors and industry experts. Post the mentorship and coaching, the top 30 teams will be invited in person to Bangalore for the grand finale, where they will present their business plans right here at Sir MV Auditorium in front of the live jury. The outstation students who are shortlisted will be eligible for travel allowance, and their stay and food will all be taken care by FKCCI. The shortlisted teams would also get a unique opportunity to interact with incubators, venture capitalists, and industry leaders. At the end of the grand finale, after all the presentations, the jury will select the top business plans who will be rewarded with cash prizes. And the shortlisted teams will also get incubation and seed support from the UDAN as well as Atal incubation centers. I would request all the students to take maximum benefit from this program, and I would request all the professors, HODs, deans, teaching and non-teaching staff to disseminate this information, if not already done, to all the students to maximize the student participation and so that the student community gets benefited by large. I would like to personally thank the President again, Dr. C.A.I.S. Prasad, for nominating me as the chairman. Thank you, President. And unconditionally supporting the young team. I again like to say it, a young team, because we are a set of 5-6 core committee team who are really young and want to do the best for the student community. The young team of MANTHAN-2022 will do our best to ensure a successful and the keyword fair business plan competition. We would ensure a fair jury and a fair system until the grand finale. Team Manthan wishes all the students and participants the very best of luck. I would like to end with a saying by our founder, Sir M. Vishweshwaraya. Every man who has become great owes his achievement to incessant toil. So work hard, study hard. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abhishek. Okay. Before inviting Dr. Ramana Reddy, sir, to the dais, I would like to use 1 minute of your time, sir. Ramana Reddy says time. After you go through all this, there is also this Elevate, another competition from Department of IT, BT, S&T of Government of Karnataka. I'm sure you are aware of that. Those who are through Elevate, you will be really elevated. That's why it's called Elevate. Those startups which have started functioning, those who have already on roll, on steam, they are being interviewed and presented across to the state by Doordarshan Bangalore. Sir, the startup champions who are interviewed there, you were the first one to be on the first program, sir. The same structure continues. There is a guest and 2 startup champions there, and of course 1 anchor. Every time, every program, not just the expert, the startup champions unequivocally in one single unison appreciate the efforts of Government of Karnataka and take your name. Dr. E.V. Ramana Reddy, and also sir's name, Dr. Ashwath Narayan and Dr. E.V. Ramana Reddy. We are blessed to have you here. Welcome, sir. Please talk to us. Welcome, sir.
Shri Prashant Prakash, Chairman, Vision Group on Startups, Government of Karnataka. Shri I.S. Prasad, President FKCCI. Dr. Sheelan Mishra, Dr. A.P. Achar, Mr. B.V. Gopal Reddy, Mr. Ramesh Chandra Lahoti, Dr. Perikal Sundar, Mr. B.A. Abhishek, office bearers of FKCCI, media, distinguished guests. I thank you all for inviting me to this esteemed event. FKCCI has worked closely with Government of Karnataka over the years on many fronts, and I am pleased to interact with you once again on this occasion. Also, a very warm welcome to all the talented students who are participating in this year's edition of Manthan. Karnataka, as you all know, is a global innovation hub and startup hub with more than 400 global R&D centers and 4,000 plus startups in Bangalore and Karnataka. We are ranked number 1 in India Innovation Index for the last 2 years by the Niti Aayog, Government of India. We are ranked the best state, top performer state in the startup competition by the DPIIT, Government of India, for the last 2 years. And as you all know, we are IT capital, startup capital, biotech capital, science capital, whatever you say, we are the capital for India. And Bangalore is the world's largest, 4th largest technology and innovation cluster in the world. With 37% of population between 15 to 35 years of age, Bangalore is the most millennial-friendly city in India. And it was ranked as the most livable city in the country by the Urban Development Department, Government of India recently. This demographic distribution, combined with a strong ecosystem of 85 plus incubators and accelerators, 400 plus VC funds, and over 4,000 angel investors, make Bangalore a vibrant and promising startup destination. Bangalore unicorns have a total valuation of $138 billion against an all-Indian total of $221 billion. How all this has happened? Along with the industry and academia, we are fortunate that Government of Karnataka had very good in the higher education, higher learning institutes in the private sector right from the beginning. Maybe 100 years back, with the Mysore Maharaja, in joint venture with the Tatas, has set up Indian Institute of Science, which has become the #1 university in the country. And we have many, many institutes. In fact, 10 years back, if you see Karnataka, there was only one UVCE, Government Engineering College in Bangalore, and NIT Surathkal. All other institutes of higher learning and technical education were in private sector. 10-15 years back, train full loads of students used to come from all over the country to write CET exam in Karnataka. So this privatization of higher education, with the vision of Karnataka and with the vision of the Mysore Maharajas, when the privatization of higher education took place, that helped Karnataka reach these heights. And one more thing which I would like to mention, which is not seen in any other state, is very good coordination between the government, industry and academia. Such kind of collaboration between the three wings is not there in any state of this country. That is the reason why Karnataka has grown to these higher levels. In fact, we were first in the country to have come out with any policy you mention, like 1998, when, in fact, 1978 or so, when nobody thought of computers, you will be surprised, Karnataka government has a Karnataka Government Computer Center. KGCC it was called. And Karnataka government was the first to have started Directorate of IT and Biotechnology in the country, and I was the first director in 2000. Then Karnataka government started first Secretariat for e-governance in the country in 2003, when nobody thought of. In fact, when Karnataka KGCC started, our payroll, the 3,000 employees of Secretariat payroll was computerized so many years back, maybe 3 decades back. So Karnataka government, because of its vision, because of the private sector participation in higher education, we reached this stage. And 98, we were the first in the country to have come out with IT policy. Then we were first in the country to have come out with biotech policy. Any policy you name, we were the first in the country. IT policy, biotech policy, startup policy, ABGC policy, ESDM policy. Every policy we were first in the country to have come up with, and that is the reason why the IT and biotech and everything has grown here, grown in Bangalore and Karnataka. And we have provided excellent ecosystem for the startups to grow. Like we have set up new age incubation network in more than 30 engineering colleges in Karnataka. We have set up technology business incubators in institutes of higher learning. We have set up centers of excellence in collaboration with various industry partners and industry association partners. We have set up common instrumentation facilities. As mentioned by the previous speaker, we have one of its kind scheme in the country called Elevate, where in Elevate, for the idea to convert into the proof of concept, we give the grant. We don't take the equity, we give it in the form of the grant, and up to 50 lakhs we give the grant. And Elevate, once somebody gets this Elevate certificate, they are really proud of it, and many of them got millions of dollars of funding in the subsequent phases. And as far as the outreach is concerned, Bangalore, Mr. Prasad has mentioned, Bangalore was again first to start BangalureIT.com in 2000, and 2001 we started BangalureBio.com. These were the international exhibitions and conferences started, and in 2017 we combined both and called Bangalore Tech Summit, and Bangalore Tech Summit has grown in such a way that it is Asia's largest technology conference and event. And this year, in 2022, we will be having the 25th Bangalore Tech Summit will be held in Bangalore in November 2022. And we have another important program called Global Innovation Alliances. What we do is, through this GIS scheme, we have direct coordination and cooperation with about 20 countries. We encourage startups from those countries to come into our country and provide them soft landing. And for our startups, we provide them soft landing in their country. And we have institution to institution collaboration. And we also give them marketing support. If somebody participates in an international competition or goes for marketing, we give some kind of support there. And we recently are encouraging the cutting edge technologies also, like blockchain technology, AI, big data, IoT, 5G. And we are coming out with more and more centers of excellence in these sectors, so that more and more people can participate in these things. And on the whole, why I am mentioning is, such is the background and such is the ecosystem of Karnataka and Bangalore. And we have the right environment and ecosystem in Karnataka for innovation to flourish. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Yes. 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 So I welcome Dr. Ashwath Narayan, sir, Honorable Minister for Electronics, IT, BT, Science and Technology, Higher Education and Skill Development, Government of Karnataka. So what I am trying to say is, there is right mix of everything going right for Bangalore. We have the right ecosystem, and I wish all the participating students the very best in this competition. And I have no doubt that very valuable ideas will emerge from this business plan competition, and entrepreneurial spirit will grow. In fact, recently Industries Department has started a scheme called Udyami Yagu Udyoga Needu. Our objective is the students who come out of the colleges should not go for industries and ask for employment. They should become entrepreneurs and provide employment. That is our objective. With that objective, we are having programs all over the state. We are having divisional level programs. We are encouraging students to participate there. We are encouraging the successful entrepreneurs to come there and give lectures and motivate the students there. So this program, we feel, will encourage a lot of entrepreneurship talent in the students. And I am hopeful that whatever business plans come out of this Manthan will get converted into good industrial establishments, and some of them will, I wish some of them will grow into unicorns. In fact, it is said that in 2021, every fifth day, a unicorn was born in the country. In India, there was one unicorn in every fifth day. And out of those unicorns, 45% were from Bangalore. So we should be very proud that 45% of the unicorns in last year were from Bangalore. And in the last year, April to December, majority of the FDI which has come into the country, more than 1 lakh crore of FDI has come into Karnataka itself. So that is how Karnataka is growing, and that is how funding is given to the startups in Karnataka. If your idea is good, if it is an innovative idea, definitely funding is going to come. So I would like to wish all the participants that they will come out with a good business plan, and they will come out with a good proper plan, and ultimately some of them will become unicorns in the future. And I would like to mention before concluding that I know Mr. I.S. Prasad for the last 22 years. He is very enthusiastic and passionate in whatever he takes up. So I wish him, he has taken the leadership of FKCCI this year. I wish him all the best, and I would like to say from this floor that whatever Government of Karnataka from the Industries Department and also from IT Department could support, we will support him in achieving his targets. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I request Mr. I.S. Prasad to welcome, sir.
I will not take much time, but it's my duty and responsibility on behalf of FKCCI. We have with us the most dynamic, the great visionary, and during his tenure as the Honorable Minister for Higher Education, and all the students should understand what this Manthan business plan all about, that innovating the young minds' business plans, handholding them, to make them to dream to achieve success, be it information technology, the biotechnology, the science and technology. And again, he is the Minister for Higher Education, and sir can make the difference. And with his vision, he has made Karnataka proud and first state to bring implementation of national education policy. Sir, we at FKCCI, as you know, that been founded by Sir M. Vishwesvaraya Bharatna Awadi, and continuous journey of service to trade and industry by illustrious past presidents. And this Manthan been started in 2009 by Dr. Muralidhar with the chairperson of Raj Basin. We have been moved from 14 years. So this business plan aims not only making the unicorns, the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister to achieve the 5 trillion economy. In the 75th year of independence, Azad Ki Amrit Mahotsav, Prime Minister of India always talks about the young India, the skilled India, the startup capital. Now he says use the stand-up India. My students should understand why there is difference consideration use the stand-up India. If Prime Minister alone can work for 18 hours to make this country free from all and make this country the supernatural power, it's an opportunity for each one of you. That's why the Prime Minister of India says, all of you should stand up, work for the nation, and work for nation building. Honorable Minister, sir. So I have 2 points. 2 visions, sir, under your leadership. Last 3 years, all my students pursuing higher education undergone a lot of challenges, mental agony and pain. It is the responsibility of each one of us, from the state government, from all the institutions, and again from the Government of India, to make sure, invite and ignite their minds, call them by conducting Youth Entrepreneur Summit, which we've been planning, and I want your support by all 1 lakh youth entrepreneurs, aspirational youth across all the institutions. We draw the inspiration from the unicorns draw the inspiration from you, draw the inspiration from Honorable Prime Minister of India. And again, with your support, we would like to invite the best of global Indians who have been CEO. I want your assurance for the students that these 4,000 students and the entire state of Karnataka will come forward, work hard, take the benefit of all the innovation incubation partners, the New Horizon Group, the Atal Incubation, and we are fortunate that our Prashant Prakash has been agreed, and our A.V. Ramana Reddy sir is the Additional Chief Secretary. More than that, where indeed today is the great day for each and every student, is a great day for the FKCCI, is a great day for the vision to come to true with the dedicated young team of Manthan team. And I want, sir, to see that every student of here will be groomed not only at urban, at all the states and all the districts and the rural students, and every student should emerge. I am told that the students of rural, more than many have startups, and more than many have become emerged. And if we bring the unicorns, because my Prasant sir and Ramana Reddy sir always talks about last year $1 billion, now $50 billion. If we make this attempt to make one unicorn in each district of Karnataka and each state of every districts of 5 states, sir, I'm sure that the South India to make contribution for the 5 trillion economy and our Honorable Chief Minister to vision of 1.3 trillion economy. I want your support for the Incubation Center. I want the support under your chairmanship to take the lead along with the chairman, Dr. Mohan Magnani and Ramesh Raju, with all the past patients, to make the dream to come reality of youth entrepreneur. We have with us, Dr. Ashwath Narayan sir, the Honorable Minister for Higher Education. In spite of his busy schedule, he has promised, because for him the students are very near to heart. For him the students are the next asset of the generation. I, on behalf of FKCCI, on my behalf, extend warm welcome to our and near dear Dr. Ashwath Narayan. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad. May we request Honorable Minister and the dignitaries on the dais to kindly light the lamp. Sir, ತಾವು ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಸರ್. ತಾವು ಬಂದು ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ದೀಪ ಬೆಳಗಬೇಕು. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್. And thanks all of you for a spontaneous respect. ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಬೆಳಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಲ್ತೀವಿ. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾರು ಮಂಗಳಾರತಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾರು ದೀಪ ಹಚ್ಚಲ್ಲ. Thank you so much for that spontaneous response. Lovely. Sir, we will launch Manthan 2022 with a video launch, sir. Are we ready? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತೊಂದರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್, ಒಂಚೂರು ಪಕ್ಕ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಚೂರು ಪಕ್ಕ ಬಂದರೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಲಾಂಚ್ ನೋಡ್ಲೂಬಹುದು. ಮತ್ತು ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಅಡ್ಡ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಪಕ್ಕ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್. ಸೊ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು. ಆರ್ ವಿ ರೆಡಿ? ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರೋಲ್.
हजार से ज्यादा स्टार्टअप्स पिछले 6 महीने में रजिस्टर हुए। आज भारत के पास विश्व का बड़ा, सुरक्षित और सफल डिजिटल पेमेंट्स प्लेटफॉर्म है। सिर्फ पिछले महीने की ही बात करूं तो भारत ने यूनिफाइड पेमेंट इंटरफेस इसके माध्यम से 4.4 बिलियन ट्रांजैक्शन हुए हैं। फ्रेंड्स, बीते सालों में जो डिजिटल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भारत ने डेवलप और एडॉप्ट किया है, वो आज भारत की बहुत बड़ी ताकत बना है।
ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿ ಅವರು ಒಬ್ಬ ದೂರದೃಷ್ಟಿಯ ಮುತ್ಸದ್ದಿ ನಾಯಕ. 2016ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಇಂಬನ್ನ, ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬೆಂಬಲವನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 500 ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು 54,000 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ಗಳು ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದರ ಯಶಸ್ಸಿನ ಒಂದು ರೂವಾರಿಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿಜಿ.
Request Team Manthan to launch the poster, please. Sir, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್. Manthan core team comprises of Mr. Ankur Bhasin, co-chairman, Mr. Pranam KG, vice chairman, Mr. Rahul B. Goyal, vice chairman, and Mr. Shravan Guruttur, headed by Mr. B. Abhishek. Kirtan, Mr. Kirtan. Okay. Yeah, please. ಇದು ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿಂದ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದು ರೌಂಡ್ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ. ಸೂಪರ್ ಟೀಮ್, ಸೂಪರ್ ಟೀಮ್. We will honor our guests, and I request our office bearers to kindly honor Dr. C.N. Ashwath Narayan sir. ಸರ್, ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ಮಕ್ಕಳಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಸೌತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ 4,000ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಜನ ವರ್ಚುವಲಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಾಗ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ 4,000 ಜನ. ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಅವರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ರೈಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಕರೀರಿ ಸರ್. ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬೆನ್ನಿಗೆ ನಿಂತು ಕೈ ಹಿಡಿದವರು ಹೀರೋಗಳಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್? ಸೊ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಇಸ್ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಎ ಹೀರೋ, represented by Dr. C.N. Ashwath Narayan. We request you to kindly honor Dr. E.V. Ramana Reddy sir. request you to please honor Mr. Prashant Prakash. Okay, I hold. Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Prashant Prakash, please. Manthan core team to honor Dr. Sheelan Mishra. Manthan core team, are you there, sir? Kindly honor Speaker Dr. Sheelan Mishra. Madam, please come. Thank you so much. Request Dr. A.P. Acha to kindly come and rise, please. Please, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir. May I invite Mr. Shiv Kumar, our past president, FKCCI, to the dais, please? Please, sir. Sir, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರ್, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. Sir, kindly be seated, sir, please.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಈ ಮಂಥನ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮನ್ನು ಭಾಳ ಅಚ್ಚುಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿರುವ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಪ್ರಸಾದ್ರವರೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದಂಥ ಅಶ್ವಥ್ ನಾರಾಯಣರವರೇ ಹಾಗೂ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಹಿರಿಯರೇ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಂತಿರೋ ದಿವಸ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಭೆ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ಭಾಳ ಅಚ್ಚುಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪ್ರೂವನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಸರ್. ಈ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಮೊಬಿಲೈಸ್ ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ 68 lakhs and not to this Manthan program. He already indirectly requested to Mr. Ramana Reddy ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಶ್ವಥ್ ನಾರಾಯಣ್, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನೀವಿಂದನೂ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಷ್ಟೇ, ವಾಣಿಜ್ಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಅವರು ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ಭಾಳ ಅಚ್ಚುಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ನೀವೇನು ವಿಷನ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀರೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋವಂಥ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟೀಸ್ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಇದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಸಾದ್ರವರು ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ನಾನು ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಬಿಂದುವಾದಂಥ ಅಶ್ವಥ್ ನಾರಾಯಣರವ್ರನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಗೌರವ ಸೂಚಿಸಬೇಕು, ಅದರಿಂದ ಅವರು ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ.
Thank you, Shivkumar sir. Thank you so much. Prime Minister says, ಕನಸುಗಳನ್ನು ಕಾಣಿ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಸಾಕಾರಗೊಳಿಸಿ. ಕನಸು ಕಾಣ್ತಾರೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಸಾಕಾರಗೊಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ CAIS ಪ್ರಸಾದ್. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಈ ಸನ್ಮಾನ, ಈ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಂದ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಟು FKCCI as a whole family. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, ತಾವು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದಾಗ we were in the flow, sir. Dr. E.V. Raman Reddy sir ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದಾಗಿತ್ತು. Now we are inviting Mr. Prashant Prakash, Chairman, Vision Group of Startups, Government of Karnataka, to address us. Okay, Alva, sir. Okay. Let's thank Dr. E.V. Ramana Reddy, sir. He's taking leave of us for his next assignment. Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming. And such a huge series of startup data. Prashant Prakash, sir. Bani, sir. Sorry. FC kursi 2 sati ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ವಿ.
My presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I also use this?
Yes, sir. Presentation is ready, right? Maybe we can dim the lights to an extent and start the presentation. Can we?
Yeah. The presentation, I see.
Yes. Also dim the lights a little more. Yeah, thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes. So I thought, I'll start out by saying that we are the most luckiest city and the luckiest state in the country. Right? The reason being, you just heard from Dr. Ramana Reddy, and we have our minister here, Dr. Ashwath Narayan, who have created a perfect ecosystem for entrepreneurs in this country. Every aspiring entrepreneur wants to be in Bangalore. And how lucky are you folks that you're already in this city? So you're lucky, you're fortunate, and you should make the best of it. And we have not just one, but multiple programs like Elevate, like Manthan, all of these that support you in being an entrepreneur. I would like to also acknowledge the dignitaries on the dais and the dynamic Dr. I.S. Prasad, who is, let's give him a big round of applause. There were Manthans before, and there is this Manthan, right? That's the difference that Dr. Prasad has made. And the young Abhishek, who's from my alma mater college, who is dynamically leading this, and all the ex-presidents and the office bearers of FICCI. Just a small aside, when Mr. Dr. I.S. Prasad said, you got to do something, I said, okay, let me announce in this program that the cash prize of 1 million is something I will make good for this conference. So with that, it's going to be 2 million now. Oh, he's really fast. He's already made the slide for that. Oh, okay. Thank you. So can I go back to the presentation now? Yeah, so initially I thought, I think we have a very mixed audience. So I will try to cover a few things which are at a high level about the Indian economy. And also we have our potential entrepreneurs here who are going to be part of Manthan. So I'll make sure that there are a few tips. How many of you have already applied? How many of these entrepreneurs here have already made an application for Manthan? Okay, so most of you have already applied for Manthan. So in the end, I'll provide some tips for you as to how to make the best use of it and present your case well. So as we heard from our Honorable Prime Minister, I think we have become not only a digital nation, but the number of digital transactions in our country is the highest anywhere in the world. Right, so we have the highest number of digital transactions in our country thanks to UPI. And we have not limited just to UPI. Now we have digital tolling in our country. We have the most recently announced digital health ecosystem in our country. So if you see, what started out as the vision of our Prime Minister to build a digital India is slowly being unveiled year by year. So I think there is no other country anywhere in the world that has the kind of digital infrastructure that we have in India today. We have 600 million internet users in our country and 400 million internet users on social media and 200 million plus online shoppers in this country. And that has grown by 10 times in the last 5 years. And we have 500 million food deliveries that happen every month in this country. Right, so if you see these numbers, they're mind-boggling. The Indian entrepreneur has taken every advantage of the digital ecosystem that has been laid, the foundation for which has been laid by our Prime Minister, and the Indian entrepreneur has made the best use of it. If you see our ecosystem, we are at a significant inflection. In the last few years, our e-commerce shoppers, I've already told you, has gone to 200 million. The number of EdTech users has gone to 100 million. And here, just in Karnataka, our Honorable Minister has created a digital infrastructure for not just engineering students, but through an LMS for every graduate student in our state. It's so creating an infrastructure for NEP is of primary importance. It's NEP will not be NEP if without the digital infrastructure that can be created for it. And our Honorable Minister, just in the pace of 6 months, created an LMS and an integrated management system for all the universities. A big round of applause for that. So we saw two big changes because of the pandemic, because of COVID. How many of you have noticed, right? So the number of users who shopped online in your homes almost doubled pre-COVID to post-COVID. So not only did they shop more, but there were multiple new users who started shopping online. And if you see as a country, now India is growing faster in terms of its adoption, both internet adoption. So we are just a tad below what China is, but growing much faster than the US and UK and Germany. But I think this is a very interesting slide. It took 68 years to get 50 million airline users. Just see how our ecosystems have been accelerating. It took Twitter 2 years to get to 50 million users. And just one of our digital initiative took 13 days for us to get Arogya Setu to 50 million downloads. So we are showing the world that we are not only a digitally savvy country, but we know how to handle digital transactions and digital ecosystem at scale. And we are in that perspective, we are the envy of every country. I mean, there is nothing, I don't know how many of you know this. Do you know that the United States does not have something like the UPI? A lot of you would think that the digital ecosystem, payment infrastructure is much more advanced in the US than in India. You're wrong. Something like the UPI does not exist in most countries, most what so-called developed countries. The startup ecosystem, I think our Honorable Chief Minister just mentioned that there were 55,000 plus startups. The value created is about 315 billion. But what's more interesting is that by 2025, of the 5 trillion that we are going to see, 1 trillion is going to come from the digital ecosystem. So the unicorns are just one aspect of it. And here I would like to tell you one important thing. It's good to aspire and want to be unicorns, but every entrepreneur, even if the entrepreneur creates a 10 lakh rupee business, a 1 crore business, a 10 crore business, you should feel very proud about it. The first company I created took me 5 years to create 50 lakh rupees in revenue. So don't be discouraged if your first startup does not make it. Don't be discouraged if your first startup does not make it beyond the first 2-3 years. You have a chance to do it again, and you have a chance to create a unicorn, maybe not the first time, but the third time or the fourth time. So because I think what happens is that because you hear so much about, and I think this is a specific point I want to make, because, you know, it's so easy for us to get enamored with this whole unicorn narrative that we are seeing all around, that we somehow feel that, you know, if we are not creating something that big, we are not doing a good job. No. I think every person who creates, who's a job creator, like our Honorable Prime Minister says, is somebody who should be proud of himself or herself. So just keep that in mind. One big takeaway from this session today should be that everybody is not going to become a unicorn or a sunicorn, but everybody who's going to create jobs has to be appreciated, and you have to be super proud of it. But look at what we as Indians are able to do today. So this is something that makes me really the most proud human being on earth today, right? That we are, as a nation, the talent powerhouse now for the world. If every country requires digital resources, they have nowhere else to go but to come to India. And you folks there are the digital resources. You form and you are part of the digital powerhouse. So all of you, please become digital savvy, right? The startups that you create, it could be in any area, but they need to foundationally leverage technology. They need to be able to leverage the digital ecosystem that we have today. So there is only one country. It's not North America, it's not South America, it's not Asia, it's not Japan, it's not English-speaking talent for digitizing the Fortune 1000 companies and the top 10,000 companies in this world is going to come from India. And I think that's one reason why we all should feel great that this decade is going to belong to our country. I think this is a slide that very few people would know. That's why I put this up. I think we have been just talking about unicorns that Indians create in India, but there are 67 unicorns that Indians are creating in the US, right? So that's something a lot of us may not know, but we need to be super proud that we are not only building our own economy, but we are building other economies too globally. So, you know, the other interesting thing is unicorns today are the biggest employment generators. Like I said, every small startup could create 5 jobs, 10 jobs. But what is the net impact of this? The net impact is that there are more than 5 million delivery executives. So the whole gig economy did not exist before. So just in the last few years, we have created more than 5 million jobs just in the gig economy. And we have, through organizations like Misho, created 10 million home entrepreneurs. So I think there is, across the board, a new type of ecosystem that is going to generate jobs. And the engine for that are the entrepreneurs, which are you. I think now I'll just touch upon 2-3 different industries that are being disrupted. Why are these industries being disrupted? It's because of data. We were a country which was a data-poor country 15 years ago. Thanks to Aadhaar, thanks to UPI, and thanks to the JAM stack, we are going to become a data-rich nation, and no nation globally will have as much data as India by 2025. So I think I mean, as I go through the statistics, don't you feel that we are fortunate just not to be in the city, but to be part of this country at this moment? So it is a very opportune time for you to become an entrepreneur and for you to build a business. And I spoke about UPI, I'll skip that. But this is a very interesting data. There were no neobanks. How many of you have heard of neobanks? But it's going to be the future. There are going to be a new set of banks that you have never heard of in the next 5 years. It's not going to be HDFC. It's not going to be ICICI. These are banks that you've never heard of before. So the whole fintech ecosystem is going to transform itself because of this large data that we are seeing. So we have to, as startup entrepreneurs, take advantage of these new banks and the new ecosystem. Today, if you want to, startups have the opportunity to take advantage of something called revenue-based financing, which was never there with banks before. Once you plug into Razorpay, once you plug into any of these, like Cashfree or any of these ecosystems, they have a digital transaction track of everything that is happening in your business. So they can approve a business loan for you within minutes. So how the ease of doing business that our Honorable Prime Minister talks about is not going to happen from legislations only. This ease of doing business is going to happen because of data, because of the transparency that data brings in, and because of the decisions that can be made with that data, and everybody in the value chain can move faster and can enable things faster. I just spoke about the EdTech ecosystem, but just see what's being transformed by the EdTech ecosystem. it is not, it just started with test prep, where people were preparing for IITs and JEEs. But today, EdTech is helping out of school extracurricular education, certification platforms, digital tools, and supplementary education and tutoring. So it is transforming everybody from grade 1 to graduation and your master's. So the school, the college is being extended beyond the boundaries. So no longer is a 20-acre campus or a 50-acre campus important. So there will be universities, there will be schools like an academy, like, there's a bunch of these which have no campus, no school, so no physical space, but which will have more than 2 to 3 million students. So just like I said, you have a new generation of banks, you will see a new generation of universities that never existed before. And finally, healthcare infrastructure. If everything can happen beyond the boundaries of the physical world, why can't we have healthcare be accessible everywhere? It's a little bit more complicated because you need devices that can work remotely, you need devices that provide, doctors can't treat you without data. So this will take a little bit of time, but our Honorable Prime Minister in this budget has announced the health stack. And the health stack is going to also transform. We have seen some glimpse of it. How many of you have used a remote consultation with a doctor? It's about 5 to 10%. But 5 years from today, I don't think there's going to be anybody in this room who would not have had a remote consultation with their doctor. Similarly, I think the EV moment, the electronic vehicle moment has also come to India. We were one of the first countries to become the most, the most ubiquitous solar nation. I think we will similarly be one of the first countries to adopt electric vehicles across the board. You have seen what's happening with Ola launching and Bounce launching and multiple of these companies launching two-wheelers. They're going to become more affordable, and we are going to be, again, one of the first nations to have the maximum number of EV vehicles in the next few years. So I think I spoke a lot about the opportunity. I'll quickly spend another 5 minutes. I don't want to take a lot of your time. There'll be further mentoring sessions where I'll make sure some of the same slides are available and there can be more longer sessions. But there are 3 things that are important for you, and I'll just leave you with that as an entrepreneur. What's the market that you're going after? What's the team that you're building? And what's the product that you're going to build using that team? It's very important to pick the right market. If you have a lousy market, even if you have a killer team and an awesome product, you're still not going to make it. And we have seen this with multiple entrepreneurs before. So pick the right market. Take the time to diligence which market works for you. Next is, I'll just skip the slides. But the next big thing is, what do you see with the market? The size of the market, the growth potential of the market, the segmentation of the market. Markets are very large. You need to know who are you addressing in that market. Segmentation of your user is very, very important. If there is one other message that I want you to take away, other than the size of the market, it is, everybody says, I have 100 million customers. I just mentioned that India has 600 million internet users. All 600 million internet users are not your customers. You cannot build a product that addresses all of them. If you can build a product that addresses 1 lakh or 1 million customers, that's a good starting point. So first thing that you need to know as an entrepreneur is, what's the market segment that I'm going after? In addition to that, what is the go-to-market strategy? How do I go after that market? It's not important that you know who is your customer. You need to know how to address that customer and what is the go-to-market for that customer. The team, I think I can spend a lot of time on the team, but this is a very big learning for me as a venture investor. None of my companies failed because the market was bad. None of the companies failed because they didn't execute well. Most of them failed because the founders did not get along. Can you believe that? Getting into a co-founder relationship is like getting married. It is that complex. You might, be seeing these days that how many marriages last for 2 years and 3 years and 4 years. But as a founder, you need to be with your entrepreneurs for 12 to 14 years. So you better do the right diligence. And there are various reasons why I've seen it not work. One, you just don't culturally fit with each other, just like you would in the case of a marriage. You would also feel that your entrepreneur is being too theoretical. You want to move fast, but he is slowing you down, or he or she is slowing you down. You need to read these signals very early. Just like you would date somebody in your wedding, before you get married to that person, please make sure that you at least spend good 2 to 3 months with your co-founder before you pick. This is very, very important advice. And finally, the attitude. You can make sure very, very quickly, do both of you, do your attitudes match? And I can add a few things, but finally, product. Here I will just talk about 3 or 4 important things that this is priceless, right? Just take this slide in your mind tonight, because when you do a startup, you need to know these 3 things. Like I've already mentioned, you need to identify the right customer. You need to identify what is the pain point for that customer. You need to identify the what, right? How will you address that customer? How will you build a marketing strategy to go after that customer? How will you retain the customer once you get the customer? If you get a customer and the customer is going to churn, there is no point, right? Most businesses fail because they acquire customers, but they don't know how to keep the customer. And finally, are you going to create a business model which is profitable? Do you have an economic model? Gone are the days where people will fund businesses just because you acquire users. You need to make money from these users. You need to have a very good way of understanding what is the cost of acquiring that customer, what is the cost of transacting with the customer, what is the cost of delivering goods to that customer, and what do you make at the end of the day. And then finally, how will you do this entire thing? There are a lot of moving parts in any business. Your business is constantly evolving. So you need to be nimble, you need to be agile, and constantly adapt to what you're learning from the how and what you're doing with the how. So finally, I would like to acknowledge the company that I founded, Accel, 314 Capital, Traction, FinShots, Inc42, and Your Story, whose data we have used in this presentation. Thank you, and I would like to again congratulate Dr. I.S. Prasad for again changing the paradigm of Manthan to be not limited to any. Karnataka leads the way for not just our state, but we lead for the entire south of India, and you've demonstrated that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have another 4,000 plus, close to 5,000 logins virtually. I'm sure all of them would have been benefited with these presentations. And I'm sure Dr. I.S. Prasad and FKCCI will make sure that all these presentations are put online very quickly. May I request Dr. Sheelan Mishra, and also a very bad request to cut down your time as much as possible. That's a very bad request to make. Okay, sir waits. Yeah, you're full time. Please come. Please come, please come.
So I'm getting 8+2. No, you have your time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sir said full time.
Wonderful. Good evening to one and all present here. Chief guest of the day, Dr. Ashwath Narayanji, the Honorable Minister of Higher Education, and under your leadership, Karnataka became the first state to implement NEN in the state. Guest of honor, Dr. E.V. Ramana Reddy ji, under whose leadership Karnataka became the leading state in the economy and technology across the India. Keynote speaker, Shri Prashant Prakash ji, under whose leadership he has done a pioneer work in India Venture Capital. Visionary President, FKCCI, Dr. C.A. I.S. Prasad ji, and all the eminent dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I, Dr. Sheelan Mishra, the head of New Horizon Center of Innovation, Incubation, and Entrepreneurship at New Horizon College of Engineering, greet you all on this wonderful evening of curtain raiser of FKCCI MANTHAN-2022. We at New Horizon are very proud to associate with FKCCI Manthan as their innovation and incubation partner. I congratulate the entire team of FKCCI to come out with such a wonderful business planner innovation competition, which is the need of the hour. Under the visionary leadership of Dr. C.A. I.S. Prasad ji, sir, I highly appreciate you for this initiative, which is the need of the hour to drive our state and our India's economy towards the $5 trillion economy. Our college, New Horizon College of Engineering, is a leading institute providing exceptional engineering and management education to all our students. We are autonomous institute affiliated to Visvesvaraya Technological University and are accredited by NAC with A grade and NBA Tier 1 Washington Accord. We have been awarded with a top ranking in the NIF ranking by Ministry of HRD Government of India and by CII AICTE institution ranking as the Platinum Institute, and recently under Achal ranking for innovations for all the institutions, we are ranked in band excellent. Our college has been the forefront of the higher education, the industry education, collaborating with a lot of industries, and to name a few. It is Schneider Electric, IBM, Capgemini, SAP, HP, Cisco, Quest Global, Automation Anywhere, enabling students to become industry ready. We have these multiple centers of excellence at our institute. NSC has produced more than 100 startups. I want sir to make note of it. We have produced more than 100 startups, and many of our alumni have become great entrepreneurs and creating waves in the industry by being there on the front page of these business magazines. Name a field, you'll find a New Horizonite over there. Our two centers, the Entrepreneurship Development Center and New Horizon Center for Innovation, Incubation, and Entrepreneurship, is driving the entrepreneurship ecosystem at the campus. New Horizon Center for Incubation is focusing on fostering the startup ecosystem, inviting, welcoming the ideas of students, alumni, and faculty members, thus enabling and mentoring them to convert their ideas into the business plans, and hence supporting them in becoming the great entrepreneurs. We have recently launched a mega entrepreneurship event, UDAN, which is the vision of our Honorable Chairman of New Horizon Educational Institution, Dr. Mohan Manghani ji, to enable the student startups at the campus and making them independent and self-reliant in all the senses. Our Honorable Chairman, who is a visionary, educationist, philanthropist, and a great entrepreneur, has led New Horizon Educational Institution as a forerunner of education in the field. His vision of providing job providers has ignited the passion among all of us to build that entrepreneurship ecosystem and enable students as entrepreneurs. UDAN also signifies support to Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, the self-reliant India, the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, with the mantra, let's innovate for India, innovate from India. In 2019, our Prime Minister has envisioned India to be the $5 trillion economy and the global superpower. And let me tell you, in 2021, we have seen the 44 Indian startups joining the Unicorns Club with $1 billion turnover. And this is a very, very promising picture, which would lead us towards the super economy and the $5 trillion economy. In the year 2011, we were just one unicorn, and in 2021, we are 44. This is a huge change, and I'm sure hereafter we are going to see this number getting multiplied by double. Coming back to Udan, it is an initiative for the students to explore their innovation and the creative sides and come up with the innovative ideas that can be turned into the business plan and the successful business opportunities. Udan aims at identifying and creating 100 student startups at the campus. We are about to add another 100 student startups at the campus with Udan. Once the students registered for this process, they will get shortlisted and they'll get into the 6 months process of mentoring through various training workshops, business plan workshops. They will get opportunity to meet the founders, co-founders, investors, growing their network, and through mentoring, converting their innovative business ideas into the successful entrepreneurship ventures. Another uniqueness which I would like to mention here is Udan is a Pan New Horizon initiative which includes all the schools and colleges under the New Horizon umbrella. We believe that innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship is not limited to any age. And if the school children are exposed to it at the right age, they would be on the path of becoming the job providers and the great entrepreneurs, which is the need of the hour. Thank you, Chairman, sir. Without this, it was not possible. Thank you so much for giving us Udan. And hence, Udan becomes the largest and most exciting entrepreneurship event from an educational institution ever. Coming to the conclusion of my speech, we are very happy to be part of FKCCI Manthan as the innovation and incubation partner. We will be supporting Manthan in all the possible ways. We will be very happy to be part of identifying and mentoring all the startups. We are committed for providing the seed funding of rupees 10 crores to the selected startups from FKCCI Manthan and the Udan Selection Committee. Our respect and gratitude to the visionary leader, Dr. C.A. Ayes Prasad ji, who is on the mission of making India an entrepreneurship hub. Congratulations, sir. I'm sure under your leadership, Manthan would be a great success. The future young entrepreneurs who are sitting here, my message for you all is, we dream of India becoming a superpower. We are on the path of becoming one. What is needed? That youth like you should come forward with your creative and innovative ideas and participate in this journey of entrepreneurship. I'm sure there'll be huge learning and you will be able to see the success in this journey. Platform like Manthan is giving you a launch pad to become the part of this successful, unique entrepreneurship journey. I conclude by saying, if you can dream it, you can do it. But if you only do what you can do, you will never be more than what you are right now. So this is a time for you to buckle up, register, and participate in the events like Manthan and Udan, and unfold the path of learning and success for yourself. On behalf of New Horizon family, I thank Dr. C.A. Ayes Prasad ji and the team and the young team of Manthan for giving us this opportunity. I'm sure this is going to be a life-changing event for many who are sitting here and who are watching us live right now. I would leave this stage with my two thoughts, inspired by Narendra Modi ji. As he says, India does not need to become anything else. India must become only India. This is a country that once upon a time was called the Golden Bird. I want you all, the young generation, to remember this. And the second thought is the dream of digital India, as reflected by Shri Prakash ji sir. The dream of digital India, where knowledge and strength empowers people. Innovation no longer remains a choice, but hence become an imperative. And all of you should remember this when you are working on your business ideas. With this, thank you so much for being a wonderful audience. I wish you all a great success in all your future endeavors. Thank you all. Thank you, sir. If so, you can permit me, we would like to show just a 1.40 minutes video of Udan.
Thank you, Doctor. Guess and wish this video is done in-house in your college. Was that? Lovely. That's lovely. Evolving Ecosystem for Startups in India. Dr. A.P. Achar, Chief Executive Officer, AIC NITI Incubation Center. Welcome, sir.
Honorable Ministers, Sri Ashwath Narayan ji, the Dynamic President of FICCI, Mr. Prasad ji, the Chairman of Manthan, Mr. Abhishek, dignitaries on the dais, the wonderful student who gathered here to become an entrepreneur. Good evening to all of you. I was given 6-minute time by Prasad because I traveled from 300 kilometers from Mangalore. My slide is ready. A brief introduction about my organization. If you all know that Government of India has started a new initiative called Atal Innovation Mission. Under that, the setting of 10,000 Atal Tinkering Lab and 100 Atal Innovation centers all over India. Out of 100, one is given to NITI. Karnataka has 5. 4 are in Bangalore, 1 is in NITI. So therefore, proud to host Atal Innovation Center at NITI. NITI Education Group today offers 130 professional courses to 30,000 students in 3 campuses, Bangalore, Mangalore and NITI. And this Atal Incubation Center is at NITI. I'll briefly take you through, it's working? I think much has been already discussed, informed you about this ecosystem. We are the third largest startup ecosystem. Any guess who is the number one, number two? This is one touch. This is the, I'll come to this side where we promised 2 crore rupees and Horizon promised 10 crores. This is the life cycle of development of a startup. I think Manthan is taking care of all these steps, and we take startups only when they complete the prototype type. When they become functional, we take them to NITE and help them to commercialize it. So we have approved by Government of India for seed funding under seed funding scheme, and we give 20 lakhs for prototype development and 50 lakhs for commercialization for eligible startup. But condition is that they must have a legal entity, they must have a clear runway from prototype to commercialize their product. The ecosystem is already explained to all of you that we have around 390 incubation centers in India. It's growing year on year. And we have funding organizations. They're another important partners of ecosystem for startup. Fortunately, the large number of angel investors are coming and they're supporting in a big way. The third is the Government of India's support. The streamline of registration, if all of you know that industry in India has to follow 130 labor laws. If you register with portal of Startup India, you are exempted completely from all these labor laws. That is a very, very big relief for the startups. Just get a certificate of registration from the Department of Industry Promotion from Government of India. They were done with all this process. Second is the Government of India started 10,000 crore funding in last April, and only 100 incubators are selected for this funding scheme, and you were one among them. And we got 5 crore funding for startups, as I just explained to you. And SS to venture capital and angel investors, that money given to the startup is exempted from tax. So a lot of angel investors are coming into this. Emerging sector, Prashant has already explained to you that just like ITBT, now AT is becoming very popular, agriculture technology. And this is a brief idea about the emerging startup. And another interesting fact is that lot of startups are coming from the rural areas. Earlier it was startups coming only from these urban areas. Now a lot of startups coming from the rural areas also. This is 57% of the total startups emerged from non-metro areas. This is a brief presentation about the ecosystem because much of this has been already explained to all of us by Prashant. So about AIC NITE, just 1 minute like New Horizon. I request you to play the video. We are greatly honored to be part of this journey because you started with motivating students to become an entrepreneur, then help them to develop a prototype product and commercialization. In India, we celebrate cricketers and actors. We don't celebrate entrepreneurs. I think Manthan is a great initiative to celebrate entrepreneurship across South India. Thanks to Prasad. When I met him first time a year ago, I could see the true quality of Sir Vishwesvaraya, passion for excellence, speed for action. He doesn't sit a minute idle. He forces his entire team to get into action immediately. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you one and all.
Innovation, passion, creativity, strategy are the 4 pillars of AIC NITE Incubator. Situated amidst the luscious green fields of Karkala Taluk, Udupi, Mangalore, India, NITE Education Trust is among the reputed institutions selected by Niti Aayog for setting up an Atal Incubation Center. Sprawling across 10,000 square feet, the Incubation Center aims to accelerate entrepreneurial vision of the country by encouraging and providing assistance to budding entrepreneurs who want to create startups in the areas of agriculture, biotechnology, and ITCs to nurture their innovative ideas. The main objective of AIC NITE is to foster innovation and entrepreneurship in the education, agriculture, and healthcare sectors. What facilities do AIC NITE offer? AIC NITE Incubation Center offers the startups sector-specific valuable guidance from industry experts, technological assistance with sophisticated infrastructure, access to investors and mentors for investments, mentorship, and networking. Extended support to the existing MSMEs in the region through training, consultancy, mentoring, business development, diversification, technology transfer, and upgradation. From full-time startups to student-led startups, the Incubation Center has multiple subscription models tailored to meet the needs of all the aspirants for utilization of the facility. It's time to bring your ideas to AIC NITE to create, lead, and inspire.
Thank you so much. Dear student friends, it's time to raise your sustainability levels. Stay back, stay calm, and listen to our Honorable Minister for Higher Education, IT, BT, SNT, and Startup. Sir.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯುವ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಗಣ್ಯಮಾನ್ಯರೇ, ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳೇ, ಈ ದಿನ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಸಂಘಟನೆ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ FKCCI 14ನೇ ಎಡಿಷನನ್ನು ಮಂಥನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜನೆಯನ್ನು ಕಳೆದ 14 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ತನ್ನ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ಭಾಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಉದ್ಯಮಶೀಲತೆ, ಆಂಟ್ರಪ್ರಿನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ಇನ್ನು ಸದೃಢವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಂಥ ಏಕೈಕ ಉದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಅವರು ಹಲವಾರು ಕೆಲಸಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಯುವ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಿಗೆ, ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಸಂಘಟನೆಗಳ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ FKCCI by organizing a very relevant program to connect with the younger generation, that's more important. Coming out with a right program that will make them much more relevant and connect with the youngsters. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡೋ ಮೂಲಕ ನಮ್ಮ FKCCI past president and the present president IS Prasad, always energetic, always on his toes, yavallu ready, raring to go to organize many programs. But sitting along with him, he used to have 101 ideas, sir. I just was avoiding most of the time, you know. There's so much of energy, I can't commit, no. So, Prasadji, I wholeheartedly, on behalf of all the organization and student and the government, I congratulate you, sir. ಹಾಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯರು ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸುಂದರ್ಜಿ ಅವರು, ಮತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಉಪಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು, ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ರೆಡ್ಡಿಯವರು, ಅಭಿಲಾಷು, ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಗೌರವಿಸಿ, ಹಾಗೆ ನನಗಂತೂ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕರು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಎನ್ಕರೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಎ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರಿಂಗ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್, ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್. In that way, Prashant Prakash has been always guiding me in many ways. Probably his association has made a huge difference for my government and for myself and my ministry, even FKCCI. Thank you, sir. ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ, ದಿಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಎನಿ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ, ರಿಲಿಜಿಯನ್ ಆರ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವದ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿ ಕೊಡಿ, ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಿ, ಇದು ಯಾವುದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗೋದು ಒಂದೇ, ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್. ವಿತ್ ಎ ರೈಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್, ವಿತ್ ರೈಟ್ ಎಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್,
ನಾವು ಕಾಂಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಡೀ ಇವತ್ತು ವಿಶ್ವದ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಗುಣಮಟ್ಟ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಪರ್ಸ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಲೈಫ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ನಾವು ಬದುಕಿರೋರ್ಗು ಪರ್ಸ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಇಟ್ಕೋತಾರೆ, ಆ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ನ ಯಾರು ಇನ್ಕಲ್ಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಥ್ರೈವ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅಂಥ ಸಮಾಜ ಮಾತ್ರ, ಅಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ಬೆಳೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹೇಗೋ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. It will not help you or the society or the country or anybody. So each one of us will be serving the society through our skill and through our profession, through our business. That's how we can build our nation. That's how we can serve our society. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಏನನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಆ ಕೆಲಸಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಏನು ಹುರುಪಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ, ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಯೂತ್, ಇವತ್ತು ಯೂತ್ ಮೇಲೇ ಭರವಸೆ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶನ ವಿಶ್ವ ಗುರು ಅಥವಾ ಸೂಪರ್ ಪವರ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಇವತ್ತೇನು ಒಂದು ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಡಿಜಿಟಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಈ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ದೇಶನೂ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಡಿಜಿಟಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ದೇಶನೂ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅವಿದ್ಯಾವಂತರು, ಇಲ್ಲಿಟ್ರಸಿ, diversity, lot of challenges, infrastructural challenges. With all these challenges, under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, we are able to achieve digitalization across the country. Probably we have become a model even for America. We have become the model for America. ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಡಿಜಿಟಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋವಂಥದ್ದು ನಾವೆಷ್ಟು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ದೇಶ ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೇಷನ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟನ್ನು ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಯುನಿಕ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಧಾರ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಅಥವಾ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಪೆನೆಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಡಿಜಿಟಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಆಧಾರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಅಪರೂಪದ ಸಾಧನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವಿರೋಧ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲರ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲೂ ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನ ಮಾಡೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅಕೌಂಟಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಮನಿ ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ಅರ್ನ್ ಬೈ ಯು. ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಆ ದುಡ್ಡಿಗೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಬಿಲಿಟಿನೂ ಇದೆ. ಆಗ ಇಷ್ಟ ಬಂದಾಗ ಯಾರಿಗ್ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಭಯೋತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಸಂಘಟನೆ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರನೂ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ದುಡ್ಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಲಂಚ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಏನೇ ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕೌಂಟಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಹಂತದಲ್ಲೂ ಟ್ಯಾಗಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋವಂಥದ್ದು. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ವಿತಿನ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೋದು ಯಾವ ದುಡ್ಡು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತು, ಏನು ಬರ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋ ಲೆಕ್ಕನೂ ಸಿಗೋವಂಥದ್ದಿದೆ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜನೂ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರ ರಹಿತವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಇವತ್ತು ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೂ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೈಂಡ್ಗಳೇ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟರಾಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಕರಪ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಏನು ಲಾಭ, ಯಾರಿಗೇನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಲ್ಲೂ ಆ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟತೆ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಆ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟತೆಯಿಂದ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಆಚೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜಗಳು ಸುಧಾರಣೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಡಿಜಿಟಲೈಸೇಷನ್. ಈಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವೋ, ಆ ಡೇಟಾ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಹೊಸದು ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರಲ್ಲ, ಹೊಸದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲೂ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ರೀಇನ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ, ಯಾರು ಬದಲಾಯಿಸ್ಕೋತೀವಿ, ಯಾರು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಮುಂದೆ ಸಾಗಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಇಡೀ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲೇ ಭಾಳ ಮುಂಚೂಣಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯ. ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ 30 ನಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ನಗರ. ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಒಂದೇ ನಗರನೇ ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾನ್ಯತೆ, ಪ್ರಗತಿ, ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ, ಆಂಟ್ರಪ್ರಿನರ್ಶಿಪ್, ಇನ್ನೋವೇಷನ್, ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಮುಂಚೂಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು. ಇಡೀ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಒಂದು ನಗರ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇರೋವಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಒಂದು ನಗರ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ನಗರ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಷ್ಟು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ನಗರ, ಈಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದೃಷ್ಟ ಈ ನಗರದಲ್ಲಿರೋರಿಗೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದೃಷ್ಟ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಅದೃಷ್ಟವಂತರಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಈ ನಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮೇರಿಕಕ್ಕಿಂತನೂ ಇವತ್ತೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವೋ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ, ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ, ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಏನಾರು ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮತ್ತು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ನೀವು ಸಾಧಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿಗಳನ್ನು ಬಳಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಬೆಳೀರಿ. ನೀವು ಬೆಳೆಯೋ ಮೂಲಕ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ಬೆಳೆಯುವಂಥದ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಉತ್ತೇಜನ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಸ್ತ ಗಣ್ಯಮಾನ್ಯರು ಇವತ್ತು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ಶಿಪ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಪ್ರೈಸು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿನೂ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ದುಡ್ಡು ನೀವು ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತಯಾರಿರಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತಿರೋಂಥ ಮಂಥನ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಭಾಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳಿಸಿ, ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ನು ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗೇಮ್ ಚೇಂಜರ್ ಟು ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಹೋಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ನಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋವಂಥದ್ದು ಏನಿದೆಯೋ, ಆಂಟ್ರಪ್ರಿನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಆಗಲಿ, ಆಲ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ನಾಲಿಟಿ, ನಾವು ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆಗಲಿ, ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ, ಇವತ್ತು ಏನು ಕೇವಲ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ accepted for even for employment, nor you can't become an employer. So you want to be the best person, recognized and employability-ಗಾಗಲಿ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯರ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೂ ಸಾಲಲ್ಲ. ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳೆಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳ ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಸೇಕ್, ಇನ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ವಿ ಟೇಕನ್ ಆಲ್ ಮೆಷರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ನಮ್ಮ ಯುವಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು, ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿಂದನೂ ಹಲವಾರು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿ ಮಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿ ಮಿಷನ್ ಸಿಂಗಾಪುರ್ ಒಂದು ದೇಶ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆನ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಯಾವುದಾರ ದೇಶ ಮತ್ತು ರಾಜ್ಯ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಸಿಂಗಾಪುರ್ ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಮೂಲಕ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ವೇಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತೇನು ಸುಧಾರಣೆಗಳನ್ನ ತರಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಅಪರೂಪದ ಸಂಘಟನೆ. ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಇಟ್, ಮಂಗ್ನಾನಿಜಿ, ದ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಎನ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. Finance Secretary is a Principal Secretary of Finance is a member. Principal Secretary of Industry is a member. Principal Secretary of ITBT is a member. And Skill Secretary is a member. And Chairman will be from industry. Can you believe it? Is there any government across the country having such kind of organization? Nowhere, even in America, you can't expect it. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಲಿಬರ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇಷ್ಟು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಒಂದು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿನ ಅಕಾಮಡೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ಏಕೈಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇಡೀ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. While I was discussing with Consulate General of US, she was surprised. How can such arrangement be there in a government system? ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. We were the first people to start a vision group for startups also. Later on, it was replicated by everybody else. Innovation Authority, we were the only people to establish Innovation Authority. And many more programs. Elevate, we were the only people to provide seed money for the startups. ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೂ ಹಲವಾರು ಪಾಲಿಸಿಗಳನ್ನ ESDM ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ತಂದಿದ್ವಿ, ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ R&D ಪಾಲಿಸಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ IT ಪಾಲಿಸಿ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಪ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ, IT ಬಯೋಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ, ಇನ್ನು ಸೈಬರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ, ಡೇಟಾ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಪಾಲಿಸಿಗಳನ್ನ ರೆಲೆವೆಂಟಾಗಿ ತಂದು 12 ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆನ್ಸ್ನ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. 5 ಕಾಮನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರುಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. 5 TBI ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಆ್ಯಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಯರ್ ಆನ್ ಇಯರ್. ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಕರಿಕ್ಯುಲಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ರಿವೈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ ಪಾರ್ ವಿತ್ ದ IITs. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಡೂ ಮಚ್ ಮೋರ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎನ್ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಈಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇನ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. 100% ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಸ್ಟೇಟು ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಈ ದಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಇರೋರು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಲನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪನ್ನು ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನು ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಎನ್ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಈಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ಶುಡ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಎನ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್. ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಸರ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್. We are not working on just jobs. We are trying to work on dream jobs ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮತ್ತೇನು. Yes, I represent Karnataka, sir. South India meet ಇದೆ. We have been told South India. Okay. And in between I've been using English, sir. Okay. So all of them have presented in English. I just thought as a state. With these few words, I just wanted to assure and reassure all my young friends. In the state of Karnataka, as I earlier stated, it is a land of opportunity and future. We want to ensure that it goes on for decades and centuries to come also, and we want to maintain this position and make it very sustainable and futuristic and bring in all the changes, adaptation, and ensure this will be the best place to do business. With these few words, let me stop here, and all of your business plan, I wish all of you all the best. All of you become a successful entrepreneur and do good for yourself, do good for the country. Thank you. Namaskara. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, sir. Very kind of you, sir. Those of our friends who are there on virtual login, it's a mine of data. It's a data mine for you to get enthused and influence your concerned state to come upon with the policies that are required and is as taken by Government of Karnataka. And everyone is appreciating this scope for excellence with Dr. I.S. Prasad. He is also the advisor for New Horizon College and Oxford College. What else do you do, Prasad? We really don't know. No, you do so many things. It's a very big list. So we will cut it short. Thank you, sir. May I request Mr. Ramesh Chandra Lahoti, Vice President, to propose a vote of thanks. Welcome, sir. Hi, sir. We can thank sir and then say thank you very much for joining. Others kindly be seated for a couple of minutes.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for the sponsor. Thank you, sponsors, and my young students. FKCCI has given an opportunity to do well and excel and become an entrepreneur with a bonus cash bonanza of 2 million. I think that's a great initiative by FKCCI, and I thank my president for changing this Manthan to in the footprints of FKCCI, and let us make a Mahan Bharat, a Shresh Bharat. Thank you one and all.